What's going on, guys? We just want to explain before the video starts that the way that the golden material is done is exactly the way the iron material is done. The only difference is I went online to find a gold material or a gold texture rather than an iron one. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. What is going on, guys? So I'm going to show you how to use some metals in the Unreal Engine. So I've got some examples here I'm not going to show you how to in this video. So like this material, if I quickly go over what it's doing. This is also using material instances, which I've already explained in a different video. If I go around like this, I can change the actual color but keep the metal scratches there. So I won't show you how to do that today, but I will show you that in a separate video. So what I am going to show today and what I'm going to explain today is what metallic values do using a metallic map and making these two materials, so chrome and like an iron. Right, so let's get started. So we'll first make the chrome, and if I just copy that and I create a material here, and we'll call it chromey. There you go. We'll open this up and we'll start naming. So if I apply this to the material now, we'll see it change when we actually thingy. So hold free left click for your value, for your free constant. Oh god. Then we're going to want it to be like this. I always tint it slightly blue. I just think it looks nicer. So it'll be metallic. So it'll be roughness. Turn the roughness to 0.2. Now, the big difference between something being metal and non-metal is if you look, it's pretty white and everything. Yeah, if I change this to a 1, so either 0 being non-metal or 1 being metal, or using a texture map to determine that for you. So if I put 1, you can see, oh god, because it's very reflective and it looks like a metal. So if we click apply and go back to here, you can see that now looks like that. So that's how you go about making a very basic chrome material. So looking at this material here, I have, so this is technically metal and this is technically plastic. So in this material here, so if I open this up, I'll explain what an actual metal does. So this has a map in it. So if I open this map by double clicking this, did it load up? Oh, it did in the background. So as you can see, it's literally just the material. I think it's 1024 by 1024, even that says 941. It's just black, white, black. So if I full screen that again and I make that flat, what it's doing is it's having this part plastic or non-metal and this part metal. So if I disconnect that, all of it becomes one color. Put it back in, and then we'll change this color to, I don't know, green. It'll follow along. So wow, that's really shiny. The difference between a metal and a non-metal is a non-metal will reflect the color that's being shined onto it. So at the moment, white light is being shined onto it. So it might be green here, but it reflects white. Now a metal, on the other hand, will reflect the color that the metal is. So because the metal is green, it will reflect green regardless of the color of the light. Because the light's white, it very easily changes it from white to green when it reflects. So let's not save that. That was just me explaining what the actual metalness does. So if we come over here, we'll make our iron. So I haven't got a lot of space. I should have really had a bigger area, but nevertheless, we'll create our iron. So if we go into here and write iron. So now, to get this, we need to find an iron texture online. So we'll come on here. There you go. I've already got one. I just wrote iron texture seamless. So I'm going to use the same one I use because this one works really well. So it's quite a nice texture. It's 1600 by 1600. We're going to want it to be 1024. So if we just copy it, it doesn't have to be 1024. It really depends what you're using, but keep it to the power of 2. So 256, 512, 1024, 248, just power 2. So if we I load up Photoshop, it'll come up on my other screen. So we've got it there, let's go new, 1024, 1024, paste it in. I must copy the link, right click, copy image, load Photoshop back up, there we go. Okay, then we'll just scale it down to fit in the 1024 space. Okay, now this is pretty nice. We can manipulate it a little bit if we want actually in Photoshop, because I want it to be contrasted a little bit more and a little bit darker, just because it looks nicer. Then, if you have Quixel, you can get some normals from it. Look at this. You can do the same thing in Crazy Bump. I have 2 tutorials showing you how to do this already, using Endu to make normals, using Crazy Bump to make normals or materials. Just go back to those if you don't understand what I'm doing right now. Just click on that, and we'll change the size. And it's not going to bump a lot. It's only iron. It's not going to bump nearly at all. It's going to be quite smooth. Some irons obviously will, but this one, by just looking at it, it's not really going to have much. So iron material, we'll save that as iron normal, and because I'm silly, I converted it without saving the albedo, so I'll undo. There you go. File save as, and I'll just save this targa again. Make sure you save as a targa, and we'll call it iron. Ooh, I can hear my dog barking. Iron albedo. Save. Okay, so now that's all we kind of need. If you have a because you're using Endu, go into Map Converter and get a specular. But I could just do that myself in the engine because it's a grey material. You sometimes can do that yourself. So if we throw that onto here now, we'll start seeing our differences rather than seeing the one over here. So open it up. Yeah, barking. Open it up, and quickly move this to the side, and we'll just throw in the materials we made. So gone to the folder. We have normal and albedo. There we go. I actually did this tutorial earlier, but when I threw in the albedo, it wouldn't work. So I'm really happy that it just worked. So got them in. I'll just drag them into this window here of our new material, and we'll start messing around. So connecting your normals, and you'll be able to see. There you go. If you make it flat, be able to see the normals very clearly. Because it's seamless, we can also get a texture coordination and hook that up. I've shown a separate tutorial how to do seamless as well, if you want to go back to that one, but there you go. And that makes it a little bit more detailed. So seamless will only work, texture coordination will only tile well if you have a seamless texture. So we're getting this up. Here you go, we'll have our metal material. Now, this doesn't look metal yet because it just doesn't reflect the right way. So if we hold 1 and left click, go into metallic, and then change this value to 1, you can see it changes a lot. You see that? So from that to that. From that to that. So that's pretty good already. And we can go into the roughness. Now, I know iron doesn't reflect too much, but I still like it around 0.4. Now, this is all personal preference. You can have this at 0.8 if you want, and it doesn't really reflect anything. It looks more like concrete. But if you set it to like 0.34, 0.35, there you go. It reflects quite nicely, and it gives it a really nice metal effect. You can turn it up if you really want, like 0.4. Yeah, it does look a little bit better. And that's pretty much how to do just a basic metal. If you do want to change it, so if I quickly click apply to that and just look at it, and I'll bring Ue4 too. Go like that, and throw the new iron onto there. Here you go. It's nearly the same as that. Okay, so yeah, and that is how you do the basics. But if we actually, because we don't have a roughness map, we'll use our albedo to make one. So if we move you up here, so what we want to do is we want to take this, we want to use maybe a multiply. That's this. What multiply will do is sort of put 2 textures together, because if I connect this up now, it's going to be way too shiny. I mean, what we could do, instead of using a multiply, what we could do is use an overlay. And what an overlay does, it will overlay a color you want over the top. So because roughness is black when it's shiny, when we put this in, it's going to be really shiny. Oh, it's because I haven't put the other one in yet. So if we set the value to 0, it's not going to, it'll overlay black, to be honest. Yeah, look. So if I set it to 0.5, it's going to, that's what it looked like a second ago. So all we've got to do is set it to like maybe 0.7. Maybe a little bit less, maybe a 0.6. And we can start getting it reflecting the material in different areas. Actually, some more realistic roughness. So connecting that up, if we actually quickly connect this up to a multiplier or just some random one, we can see what the map looks like. So it's pretty much the same as that. It's just a bit more whitewashed, because the lighter the color is in the roughness, the more rough it will be. The darker it is, the more shiny it will be. So if we click apply to that, you can see those minor changes. There we go. So if I set it side by side with the one I did earlier, woo, actually slightly blue. But yeah, that's pretty much the same. But yeah, that's sort of how you go about doing basic metals. The main part behind it is you just have to make sure you have a metallic map. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope this helped you understand how to just do basic metals. I will next time be going over how to sort of put scratches onto a material and be showing how to do rust. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.